50 Cent recently discussed the latest lawsuit against Jay-Z and revealed his relationship with Diddy in an exclusive interview. After 50 disclosed the true cause of his success and how he was able to win 20 Grammys following his marriage to Beyoncé, Jay-Z is in a panic.
And you don't throw out allegations, but like, you kind of poke fun at them.
You just ask questions.
You're not worried that it comes back your way? Like people dig up your past and try to pull stuff up?
I don't got that shit in my past. I'm not.
Everybody got a little bit. Like,
I took a pill, but it was for me to perform better, for her to remember, buddy. I didn't give her a drink so she forget what the fuck happened. What the fuck is going on here, bro? Yes, I took the drink. I gave me the fucking drug to perform, so she could remember and possibly love me for that.
Did it work?
What the fuck? This is, yo, bro. Look, I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm just saying, this is the opposite of normal shit that we're talking about, bro.
That is why. I don't know why it's so hard for people.
So
just
for people to feel like you would have something, or you would have reserved energy because you feel like you was doing it too. This is people that are looking on separation between their hardships or their the things that they got going on that would be issues, and what a celebrity's issues would be.
Wait, what does that mean?
They think all celebrities are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
50 Cent and Jay-Z have long been at odds, and it appears that 50 is seeking retribution after Jay-Z was sued for allegedly raping a 13-year-old juvenile in connection with Diddy. Rumor has it that Jay-Z was aware of Diddy's actions but took no action to stop them. In recent weeks, a number of lawsuits have surfaced that claim Jay-Z was involved with Diddy and his unlawful freak-off parties. One of these claims even names an unidentified female select who was supposedly present at numerous of Jay-Z's freak-off parties. People at risk often mentioned online was Jay-Z's real name, Sean Carter, who came up in the New York rap scene alongside Shaw Combs. And just a few days ago, Texas attorney Tony Busby made it official. He filed an amended complaint on behalf of a Jane Doe, who says that she was raped by Combs and Carter when she was just 13 years old, that this happened at a VMAs after-party back in 2000. Now, the original complaint mentioned Celebrity A and Celebrity B, a man and woman, as being present for, and even Celebrity A participating in the alleged assault. Well, now, Celebrity A has been identified as Jay-Z, who has adamantly denied anything like that ever happening. He is very, very clear on that. In fact, he has accused Tony Busby of extortion, saying that Busby's attempts to get celebrities to pay out huge sums of money in exchange for not being named in civil lawsuits, with what he claims are false allegations, amounts to blackmail. In fact, Jay-Z is believed to be the John Doe who just recently filed a lawsuit against Tony Busby, anonymously claiming extortion and intentional distress caused by emotions. According to sources, Beyoncé was the anonymous female celebrity B, who was spotted at Diddy's events with Jay-Z. Jay-Z's success has been attributed to Beyoncé, and industry insiders link Beyoncé's rise to Jay-Z's success. 50 Cent has even discussed Jay-Z's relationship with Beyoncé and how following his marriage to her, their union was essentially a business agreement. Jay-Z's career took off and he went from having 2 Grammys to having 30. Now even their children have Grammys.
Look, when Jay signed his contract, the big one was with Beyonce. When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. Now those fucking trophies, those fucking trophies came rolling in, buddy. He started getting Grammys left and right, man. I mean, look, if you look at his career,
This guy. You're gonna let him say that?
Jay was getting Grammys.
He had one.
Exactly.
He had one.
And he ain't show up.
No, he had like 20 now.
Hold on.
He had like 18 since he been down. Look, he had one, bro. Hard Knock Life.
Hold on. You're not wrong. At the same time.
He got them shits. He's like drinking. His pictures were like, things the cup.
Wait a minute. So you're saying the success is derived from the marriage?
Absolutely, been treated differently.
The accolades.
Because he's no
marriage.
longer viewed as what, like a street or gangster rapper. Now he's viewed as a businessman, entrepreneur, family man.
And the biggest ones because of the position Beyonce's.
Oh, wow.
His career, you can look at that and say the association to Beyonce is when he started to receive the 16, 17 Grammys since he's been with Beyonce. Right? And you go, prior to that, one.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that came in association, like you see the kids even have Grammys. Like they don't sing yet. They don't sing.
Right.
They don't rap yet. And they already have Grammys and shit. So it's like they give them this trophy so we secure that they're coming to the award show. It meant that much to the culture that they just gave them the thing.
50 Cent has been speaking out about what those in the industry know for years since the Diddy case was made public. Jay-Z is equally as horrible as Diddy, and countless of people may have been harmed by their abuse. According to reports, 50 Cent fears that Jay-Z may even be mistreating his own daughter. The claimed victim of Jay-Z is the same age as his daughter.
There's an accusation about Jay-Z and Diddy and a teenager, 13-year-old teenager.
Right.
And we were speaking about just the statement.
Right.
The statement, you were saying you felt like that was calculated.
That was, the statement is something you can tell it was written by a lawyer. Because there's a point where it kind of gets aggressive. He says, like, you're going to find out, like how I'll handle this. Like, and that's an attorney want to be combative with another attorney. That's not like your publicist wouldn't say those things.
This is on your
Put that up.
yeah, this is on
50?
Yeah, it says I don't know what's going on, but are we still going to have the Super Bowl? I'm just asking for a friend.
Yeah, I'm asking for Kendrick. You know, I'm just trying to figure out if we're still doing everything the way. Because look, they will fall back. But the NFL, they won't necessarily be associated to that.
Right. Why do you not insert yourself, but you're on top of every topic, right?
Yeah. I'm just watching. I'm participating. I'm being part of culture. I'm just telling you my opinion.
Right.
Look,
because you're part of the culture.
Like I can't say anything now. I'm out of it. I'm like I'm going to Dre's studio and just sit with Dre alone.
Right.
And then, maybe I stay out of trouble.
Nah.
As we examine this lawsuit's layers, we discover that it makes some quite heinous claims. As other celebs looked on Jay-Z and Diddy alternated attacks on a minor, they witnessed what Diddy and Jay-Z were doing, but rather than intervening, they assisted them in hiding their wrongdoing. The complaint identified numerous celebrities within the building as she entered what appeared to be a large living room or foyer containing a large crowd. Plaintiff attempted to mingle in the crowd and talked to several of the celebrities that she recognized and whom she wanted to see at the VMAs. Waitstaff circulated throughout the room carrying trays of drinks, and loud music played throughout the venue. Plaintiff observed widespread drug use, including marijuana and cocaine. After attempting to talk to numerous celebrities, plaintiff accepted a drink from one of the waitresses circulating the crowd. The drink was a reddish-yellow mixture that tasted like orange juice, cranberry juice, and something bitter. After drinking just a portion of that drink, plaintiff began to feel woozy and elated, making her need to lie down. A photograph of an actual exemplar container used by Combs Andor, his agents, SL employees, to insert GHB into alcoholic drinks is seen below. And these are the photos included in the lawsuit that show a small plastic container that the plaintiff claims contained drugs at the party. The woman, remember, who claims she was 13, at the time says she felt woozy and went to look for a place to lay down soon after Combs entered the room, along with defendant Carter and a female celebrity. Celebrity B plaintiff immediately recognized all three celebrities. HM's aggressively approached plaintiff with a crazed look in his eyes, grabbed her and said, "You are ready to party." Combs then threw plaintiff toward a wall, causing plaintiff to fall. Plaintiff got up and stumbled, at which point Combs grabbed her again and threw her on the bed. At that point, Carter began removing plaintiff's clothes as she grew more and more disoriented. Plaintiff was held down by Carter as he vaginally raped her, while Combs and Celebrity B watched after. Carter was finished. He stepped back toward the wall. Holmes then stepped forward and vaginally wed plaintiff, while Carter and Celebrity B watched. S then knocked plaintiff down and attempted to force plaintiff to perform oral sex on him. She fought back, standing up quickly and punching out at the same time, hitting Combs in the neck. Taking a Combs stopped his attempt. 50 Cent stated in a recent edition of the Flagrant podcast that he was aware that Jay-Z was anxious about the lawsuit and was attempting to project toughness in order to deter further victims from coming forward. Knowing that the statute of limitations for filing a criminal complaint had passed, Jay-Z purposefully stated that the victim did not file. Jay-Z is astute and tries to deflect attention from himself.
I thought the smartest thing Jay said in the statement was, if you really believe this happened, then press criminal charges. He said, pull up.
But I don't think that was...
Tell me.
Okay, look. Because of the statute of limitation, there is
there is no criminal. So it's a...
So making a statement is to make people feel like...
But apparently if she's under 18, didn't you say it still could be criminal? Yeah. He knows he's fed.
I don't know, man. I think, what's the name? I get confused too. When you look at this, it's a lot. It's a lot of confusing information, right? But I think when you do point out that, why didn't you file criminal cases? Because you can't. It's over 20 years old. This was 2000, bro.
No, but I think if it's a minor,
when they're saying this is happening, I'm not even 50 Cent yet.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
You see what I'm saying? Like this is that dates that far back.
Yeah.
So it's like it didn't even take place at that point. So I'm like...
The victim's testimony provided by the attorney pursuing the case against Jay-Z contains information that could only have been known by someone who visited Jay-Z's home. Criminal defense lawyers claim to know which celebrities were there at Jay-Z's house on that particular day, and even the appearance of the interior of his home. Jay's will go to jail if the victim can present a witness to support their allegations.
She could theoretically win if her testimony were especially compelling, but I think you put your finger on one of the real weaknesses, is that these allegations are ancient. One thing that leapt out to me is the allegations also include that there was a witness,
yes,
other than Diddy, who a female, another woman. Her testimony, and obviously she will be subpoenaed, could be crucial. I mean, if that testimony corroborated the plaintiff's claims, then that would be something that would really be a game changer. But the plaintiff alone, I think, is going to face some credibility issues, especially when you have Jay-Z. I mean, Diddy, the allegations are pretty widespread, but there haven't been similar allegations about Jay-Z.
So that's that. Now, as far as Jay-Z is concerned, this can really go one of two ways. This might be an isolated one-off case that he has to defend, or potentially it could be a Me Too type situation where other victims come forward. Obviously, we saw that with Diddy and Cassie Ventura. So the coming days and weeks are really going to be telling. And Tony Busby says he has more than 100, maybe up to 300 victims he's representing. So it's going to be interesting to see if any of them also name Jay-Z.
And Nima, if such a high-profile name like Jay-Z has come out, could more celebrity names be tied to these lawsuits? What do you think we can expect?
No question. This may just be the first celebrity domino, and Jay-Z was unmasked as celebrity A, but let's not forget there's a celebrity B in that same lawsuit that allegedly witnessed the sexual assault, a female celebrity. And there was someone who went on CNN earlier this week and said that his sexual assault was witnessed by another celebrity as well. So I think we're going to see more celebrity names identified very soon.
All right, Nima Rani, thank you so much for joining us. As you said, this is one that has entered the court of public opinion. It's nice to have your actual legal advice on this one.
The victim, who is now a mother of two with autism, actually spoke up about the abuse in an exclusive interview with NBC News. She claims that at a 2000s VMAs after party, she was handed a drink. She tried to sleep it off after drinking the cocktail because it made her feel queasy. As other celebs looked on, she woke up to Diddy and Jay-zing her and laughing.
You should always advocate for yourself and be a voice for yourself. You should never let what somebody else did ruin or run your life.
What made you want to come forward and talk today?
Because I think that I've been quiet long enough about what I've been through, and it's been hard enough to be quiet. But it's a chapter of my life that I'd like to close.
You weren't scared to be all alone?
No, with having autism is like feeling like you live your life in a shatterproof juggle ball. The world's on fire. The fire is inside the ball with you, but there's no way for you to get out. I stumbled upon Diddy's driver, who told me that I was exactly what Diddy was looking for.
What did you think when he said that to you?
I thought it meant that I was just pretty.
She went to a White House, she says, where she spoke to musicians Benji Madden and his brother.
I'm talking to Benji Madden about his tattoo because, you know, I have about his tattoo that's the Last Supper because I have a religious background. So it was just something to talk about. JC comes in and rapes me. He at that point I was fighting, trying to get away from him, and he put his hand over my mouth and told me to stop it, cut the film in silence. He didn't ask me what happened. He didn't ask me what I did or where I was.
Diddy's ex-wife. Kim Porter's close friend. Courtney Burgess has even said that Diddy and Jay-Z have 8 kinds that link them to having sex with children. The FBI has received 8 of these recordings, 4 flash drives, and a diary kept by Kim Porter that contains information about Diddy's sex tracking network. Allegedly, Courtney also played these tapes for a grand jury.
And those statements include descriptions of what the witness says he saw on those tapes. So I asked him about that, and he answered what he could, given the limitations imposed on him after testifying before the grand jury. Out of those 8 videos, 8 celebrities, 6 men and 2 women, how many of those 8 celebrities were close to being underage or potentially underage?
2 males.
2 males. And of those 8 celebrities, how many of them were intoxicated or under the influence of drugs?
This is going to be all speculation. I just want to preface it by he wouldn't know if they were. Right.
Sure.
Appear to
Let
be.
me rephrase it.
Based on, yes.
Understand. Out of the 8 celebrities who were recorded having intimate relations with Sean Combs, how many of them appeared to be either inebriated or intoxicated or under the influence of drugs?
All of them. All of them.
Out of those 8, how many appear to be potentially victimized? How many might have been victimizing?
I think all, to be honest, all.
Were victims
They
or
victims.
were perpetrating?
Victims.
They were all 8 were victimized,
Yeah,
meaning
victim.
this was happening to them and they were inebriated.
Right. Not knowing, I guess, how much proof it was in it, what they was doing.
Attorney Tony Busby filed a civil case against Jay-Z for allegedly participating in the rape of 13-year-old Jane Doe. Not only is the victim one of many willing to come forward, but what's most intriguing is that her testimony implicates not just Jay-Z, but at least 4 other celebrities who attended Diddy's after-party after the MTV Video Music Awards in New York City. Bubby say about Jay-Z, the artist, the businessman? Well, the complaint begins defendant Sean Combs, along with his longtime friend and collaborator Sean Carter, drugged and raped a 13-year-old girl at an after-party following the 2000 Video Music Awards. Another celebrity stood by and watched as Combs and Carter took turns assaulting the minor. Many others were present at the after-party, but did nothing to stop the assault. Combs had been allowed for years to conduct himself in this manner, without any consequences. He believes above the law, he is not his close friend. Sean Carter has been with Combs during many such instances described here in both perpetrators must face justice. So, that seems to suggest that Sean Carter Jay-Z was not only present or participated in this alleged what is essentially a crime, but for other instances. And that's really interesting. That's why I bring up this idea of could he be hit with more lawsuits if you take these allegations as true. Now the complaint goes on to say Combs and Carter were not simply occasional collaborators in the music industry. The 2 men developed a close friendship that has been well documented from the late 1990s to the present. Together, they attended countless music industry events for each other's, business ventures, parties, and after parties indeed. The 2 are apparently so close that Combs stated in 2023 that Carter is the only person other than Combs' mother who is allowed to call him by his legal first name of Sean in 2000. near the height of their fame, power, and influence. Combs and Carter attended the 2000 Video Music Awards in New York City afterwards. Combs hosted an after-party for many of the most famous celebrities in the music and entertainment industries, including Carter, which is where the events alleged in this complaint occurred. I should also say that Busby also used this complaint to address an alleged harassment campaign that he claims Jay-Z started after Busby reached out about his involvement in the suit. The complaint reads, Carter was identified in plaintiff's original complaint as celebrity. Prior to the filing of this amended complaint, Carter received a letter from Puff's counsel requesting a mediation to resolve this matter upon present information and belief. Jay-Z responded to said letter by not only filing an utterly frivolous lawsuit, the one that I mentioned before, but by also orchestrating a conspiracy of harassment, bullying, and intimidation against plaintiffs' lawyers, their families, employees, and former associates, an attempt to silence Pluff from naming Jay. Here in this effort was meant to scare Pluff and to discredit her counsel. That effort failed indeed. Pluff chose to file this amendment as a result of the egregious conduct perpetuated by Carter. According to Diddy's personal bodyguard who witnessed him with Jay-Z, Diddy and Jay-Z are two sides of the same coin. In actuality, Jay-Z is more astute and calculating than Diddy. Additionally, Jay-Z has no qualms with getting his hands dirty. In 1999, Jay-Z was charged with third-degree assault and entered a guilty plea to stabbing his victim. Remained silent for a long time because he is dangerous.
Diddy used to hate Jay-Z. He hated Jay-Z enough when he was trying to get Ja Rule to go at Jay-Z. This is back in the early 2000s. And one day, Ashler, Kushner, Diddy, and myself went to a Nets game and we met Jay-Z. I've never been a Jay-Z fan, you know, like some of his music, the whole 9 yards. But when we went over to the, I think that was Prudential Center in Newark, and him and Puff met up, it was strange to me. Because I remember what Puff was trying to do. And then both of them, they was talking about something amongst each other, amongst all of us, and laughing and joking with each other. Then over the years, I see them giving garden parties. You understand what I'm saying? You could tell that the people in power had gave that reign to Diddy, and Jay was next in line. So to separate him, when in fact they may be two of the same, but because Jay-Z is low-key, that low-key sneaky shit, and Diddy is, and was, rambunctious, just out with it, it don't mean that they're not two of the same.
There are around 300 victims, according to Tony Busby, the attorney filing the charges against Diddy and Jay-Z. Diddy and Jay-Z are linked to these victims by police reports, medical records, and even tangible proof. The specifics of each of these crimes are similar. Diddy and Jay-Z would use GHB to drug minors before they themselves.
We intend to name people in these lawsuits. We're not going to do it in interviews. We're not going to do it, without doing our due diligence, because obviously, these types of allegations are very hurtful to people if they're not true, and very hurtful, frankly, if they are true. But if they're true, you shouldn't have been in the room and you shouldn't have been participating. So I anticipate that we're going to start filing lawsuits, and it may not be big names at first, but we have a long list of names. And you might imagine in situations like this, that when a victim tells us that this person was in the room or this person participated, we want to do as much due diligence as humanly possible before we file that case. Because in the United States, in almost every state, public filings are in fact public, And, when you name somebody in a lawsuit, the press is going to pick it up, and we're aware of that. So we're going to make sure that we dot our I's and cross our T's. And I expect that there will be some people named in these lawsuits that will raise some eyebrows.
Female individual, minor, was raped, and then other individuals took turns raping her. Another individual, 26 at the time of the occurrence, was picked up allegedly by Mr. Combs and several other people in a black SUV from the airport, was given one drink in the SUV, and then literally woke up the next day not knowing what had happened, but with pain and damage to both her vagina and her anus, where she then went to the hospital. She was missing her underwear and her shoes. Another instance, the individual, this time not a minor, attended a group dinner, allegedly with Sean Combs in Miami. She wasn't drinking because she was pregnant, but whatever she drank at the table, apparently, at least according to her, was laced with something. She blacked out, and she woke up in the same bed, again, allegedly, with Mr. Combs in his mansion in Miami. Her vagina and her anus were torn.
And that's only the beginning of the startling accusations made against Diddy and Jay-Z as more victims come forward and new evidence comes to light. This is not the end of the narrative. Do you believe that justice will be done at last, or will they be shielded once more by their influence and power?